Hey, this is Rush. So in this video, we're going to continue setting up our store. We're going to add a few important things that are going to give our customers the confidence to buy from our store. So the first thing that I suggest is getting a proper logo designed. Don't go try to make it yourself. Unless you're an artist, don't go try making it yourself. You need to get somebody who is going to give you a proper logo that when customers come in, they see a certain level of quality. So I suggest going to Fiverr. You probably heard of this this site. It allows you to create, like, for $10, $5, $10, some good logos. So you can go to Fiverr right here and you type in logo design, and you can see here already some logos. Let's click on here and go by selling. And you can see here some different logo designs. This person will design your logo for $7, starting at $7. There's different prices, but I mean, I wouldn't go crazy spending a lot of money at this point. You can always come back and either redesign your logo or let's go for example for this guy right here. They'll design your logo for $7. They'll give you some initial concepts. So what I suggest is, if you like the designer, you can either do two things. You can either go and say, hey, I really like your work. Can you design something that looks like this alpha group design that you created? Or you can send them. Once you engage them to create a logo for you, they'll ask you some questions. I would send them some design ideas, either logos that you like, or like I said, something that they've designed. It's very important to give them some direction, because otherwise they just don't know what you're looking for. If you have a particular idea in mind, or maybe if you have a niche, you're planning on doing a bit more pet stuff or whatever, then you can say, hey, I'm in the pet niche and I would like a logo that looks like this. But if you have a general store, you can say, hey, the name of my store is Trending Ideas, or whatever the name of your store is. Create a logo that has this concept in mind, and here are some logos that I like, or here are some logos that you have created that I like. It's very important to give them some direction. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting a lot of time going back and forth with them providing you things that you're not interested in. So this is a really good way to get a logo designed for very, very cheap price and start to make your store look professional. Now, the next thing that we need after designing a logo, you need an actual business email. Don't try to go there and say, give people a Gmail account for your support. It's important to have an actual business email with the name of your store. So let's say the name of your store is trendingideas.com. Then you need to have an info@trendingideas.com or contact@trendingideas.com. Any of those kind of emails is very important. So you can you can find free alternatives to creating a business email. You can go to something like Zoho.com. Here you can click on mail, click sign up. You can create a business email with the name of your business. They'll give you, I think, 4 or 5 emails for free. So you're able to create an actual business email with the name of your business. That way, your customer support, when you start to communicate with your customers, it's coming from your actual business name. It's very important. Now, I want to touch on something that is very, very key when setting up an online business, or really any kind of business: customer support. So when you have this email here, it's very important to be right on top of your customer support. Facebook even now is starting to penalize stores that are have negative customer feedback from users on Facebook. So it's very important to be up on your customer service. It's very important to answer your emails in a prompt way. So when somebody sends you an email saying my product didn't arrive, or there's something wrong with the product, within 24 hours you should have that email, and sooner if you can, you should have that email answered and the issue taken care of. It's okay if something gets lost in the mail, or the product is taking a little bit longer to arrive. Customers are usually very receptive or very easy to deal with if you are communicating with them. If they don't hear back from you in 2 or 3 days, 4 days, they will have a problem. They will complain. They'll go on Facebook. They'll give you a negative review. But if you communicate with them and if you say, hey, I'm really sorry it took so long, maybe here's a 5% coupon for your next visit or something like that, they are the majority of them are easy to deal with, and they will understand as long as you communicate with them, as long as you are receptive to them, and as long as you answer their emails promptly. This is almost the most important part of running an online business or really any kind of business. Your customers are your lifeblood. So you have to treat them well, and you have to make sure that you are very attentive to their needs. And that way, you will, once you get one customer that likes the products that you're shipping them and appreciates your customer service, they'll have no problem coming back and making future purchases from you without you even having to reach out to them again with an ad or any other kind of promotion. So once you have created your logo, you can come back here and let's go here. Let's go to themes. Let's go customize. Let's go to header. And where it says logo, you click on select image and you click upload. So I just grabbed, just the logo from Google here. And it goes in there, click select on it. And you can change the size of the logo here if you want to make it a little bit bigger. And we'll click save. And as you can see here in this preview, our logo is already there and we have the rest of our store set up. So let's add a couple of more important pieces here to the store before we move on to adding products. So let us go to preferences here. And as you can see here, it says online store is passwords protected, disable password. This is where you will ultimately go to enable your store. Once we've fully set it up and once we have it ready, we'll click on this button right here to disable the password so people can start to visit your store. But we can add here the Facebook pixel, which is basically, which we'll discuss later, what the importance of the Facebook pixel and how to get the Facebook pixel and what it's for. But basically, a Facebook pixel is a way that Facebook uses to track the customers that arrive on your store, as well as that's how Facebook is going to know when somebody makes a purchase on your store and collect that information for you, so you can then use that while running your ads. But you can see here is your password protection. This will actually where you can find what the password is, just in case you want to check it out at a friend's house or whatever. As you're setting it up, you can enter the store using this particular password here. It'll be a different password for everybody. So now let's move on to setting up this final piece here of this business setup. Let's click on settings and let us set up our payment providers. Now this is where you specify the different payment options that your customers are going to have. You need to, by minimum, provide a PayPal option for your customers. PayPal has really taken off over the last few years, and adoption rate has really grown. Where before PayPal was lagging behind credit card as a payment option, and now it's really become almost the leading payment option as people got more used to paying online. So, but you still have to provide credit cards, I believe, because not everybody has a PayPal account. So it's really easy to provide PayPal payments through Shopify. They have their own basically credit card processing system. So all you have to do is click on this app provider right here and Shopify, click on Shopify payments. If you have a specific third-party credit card provider already that you work with, you can specify here. But for pretty much everybody, you can just specify Shopify payments. Let it load here. Okay, so what they're asking about is, let's see here. Okay, we forgot to enter our phone number. So let's quickly go enter our phone number here in account. Click on settings, go to general, right here. Okay, right here. So let's just enter phone number and then click save. Let's go back to settings here. Let's click on settings, go back to settings here. Go back to payment providers. Add a provider, and let's just give it a couple of seconds here. Okay, so right now we have set up Shopify credit card payments. And then what's going to happen is they'll collect the credit card payments and then send you the money. I think they pay out every 3 days or 4 days or something like that. So it's pretty consistent. You don't have to wait an entire month for your payments to arrive. So we got the Shopify payments. Now the second step is we need to set up the PayPal payment. Let's click on the available options here. PayPal Express Checkout. You click on that. And I think it's going to ask you now for your email right there. Let's click activate. And what's going to ask you basically here is to enter your email address, and it will sign you up, and then it will allow you to use your PayPal to receive payments on your store. So now we've set up some of the important pieces of the store. Then in the next section, we're going to now talk about adding products, as well as setting up some collections and finishing off the rest of the store.